Hey, welcome back. I am so excited about today's episode. So, do you want to win a free coaching session with me? I would love to help out your family, and stay tuned. I'm going to tell you how you can enter to win this free coaching. Today's topic is the first part of a three-part series. It is my stay-at-home mom series. So, what does that mean? Do you desire to be a stay-at-home mom? Do you have circumstances that do not allow you right now to be an at-home mom, whether that's work at home or stay at home? Is it on your heart to be at home with your children, with your family, to take care of them, maybe to homeschool or to run a home business? Whatever the reason, is it on your heart to be at home rather than working out of the house? I worked out of the house for years and I loved it. So no judgment whatsoever. But I want to speak to those of you today that really desire to be at home for whatever the reason. I'm going to share a little bit about my story and why I ended up needing to be an at-home mom. And I'm going to talk about the biggest myth. We're going to bust the biggest myth today that holds mamas back from being home. This myth keeps people working outside of their homes when they really have a desire to be at home. We're going to bust it today and hopefully give you some hope and encouragement that maybe becoming an at-home mom isn't so out of reach for you. So stay with me. We are going to get into how you can win free coaching and bust that number one myth keeping you from your dream of being an at-home mom. Did you know we have a Facebook group called Frugal Living for Families? I would love to have you come join me over there. We have a great community that supports each other and shares all of our ideas so we can continue to save money, get out of debt, and just improve our family's financial situation, even on one income. I want you to become a stay-at-home mom that you desire to be, or to thrive if you already are a stay-at-home mom and your family is struggling financially. Hop on over to the group. We'd love to have you over there. Hello, let's get into it. I'm so excited for today's episode. Again, it's a three-part series, a stay-at-home mom series. If you have that desire to be an at-home mom, I want to help you get there. So first, let's talk about how you can win a free coaching session with me. I want you to pause right now and go over on Facebook to my Facebook group called Frugal Living for Families. You can search for the group name in Facebook, or you can type right into your web browser, facebook.com/groups/Frugal Living for Families, and it will take you right to the group. Now, you will need to join the Facebook group to get all of the juicy details on how you can win that free coaching. There are many ways that you can get multiple entries in to win a free coaching session with me. So how can this coaching help you? Well, first, if you desire to be a stay-at-home mom, that is one of my most popular coaching sessions, is to help you come up with a custom roadmap to step-by-step give you the action items needed for you to become a mom that is at home with your family. If that is not part of your desire, or if you're not ready yet for that, other things that we can go through with coaching is setting up a budget for your family, analyzing a current budget that you may be using that isn't working so well for you. We can look at different areas within your expenses, analyze your spending, and see where else you may be able to save money. We can set up a debt payoff plan and work on a calculator, determine what is the best plan for you based on your tendencies and your goals. We can work on building up an emergency savings or a regular savings. If you have a goal to set aside so many months of living expenses, whatever your savings goal is, kids' college education, retirement, you name it, we can build that plan to help you get there. There are many areas that we can work on coaching together that will help your family move forward financially, and I want that for you. So go over to Facebook, search for the group Frugal Living for Families, join the Facebook group today, and find the post with the juicy details. It's pinned right at the top with all of the ways that you can gain entries into winning a coaching session with me. Leave a comment if you plan on entering in to win. Now, don't waste any time. Seriously, pause right now, go over and request to join the group right now so that you have more time to get in, as entries will need to be completed no later than 11:59 p.m. Pacific time on this coming Sunday, January 28th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific. That is the deadline to be in the Facebook group and entered to win. I will randomly draw from all of the entries on Monday, January 29th, Pacific time. So hurry, go right now to the Facebook group. I am so excited to see you there. Now, let's get into today's topic. This is such an amazing topic that people are usually blown away and haven't really thought about it when they want to become an at-home mom. This is what's always in their way. When I work with clients, when I interview clients, they always tell me, the number one reason they tell me they cannot do it, what's keeping them from becoming an at-home mom, is they cannot afford it. They work, they have an income, and they just cannot afford to give up that income. So is that you? Do you desire to be an at-home mom, but you cannot afford to give up your income right now? Listen in to today's episode because this is for you. Are you ready for the biggest myth that I hear from clients keeping them from being an at-home mom? The biggest myth is that you feel like you have to still have your entire income in order to be at home. So what that means is a lot of moms feel like they have to get a work from home job that makes the same amount of money that they're making currently. They have to replace that income with an income at home in order to be at home. Well, I'm here to bust that myth. There are thousands and thousands of ways to custom plan for you to become an at-home mom. Whether you have two incomes at home, maybe you have a partner or a spouse that brings in income and yours is also needed, or maybe you're a single mom, which I understand it is a struggle. It's a struggle with two incomes, but by far a struggle with one income to pay for everything. But even as a stay-at-home mom, there are ways for you to become an at-home mom. Yes, of course you'll have to work and be a work-at-home mom, but you may not have to make your full income. So why do you not have to make your whole income? How can you possibly stay home when you need that income right now to live? Well, that is what we do in our coaching, is we build that roadmap together. So one of the biggest ways I love to think about your income is what it is paying for, right? So your income takes care of bills, food, necessities, things you want to buy, whatever it is, right? The same as if you have a spouse or partner, their income as well. If you save money in an area, let's say in your food category, for example, let's say we are able to figure out a way for you to reduce your monthly grocery expenses by $300 a month. Well, now that's $300 a month you no longer have to make in your income. And with your gross income, it's actually more, because in order for you to take home that $300 to buy groceries, you have to make, let's say, $400 or so, possibly even more than $400. So that's part of your income that you would no longer need to make at home. So this is what I like to do with clients. We really get to the heart of all of their spending, every area that they have needs, what are their desires, what are their long-term goals for their family and their finances, and we build a plan that helps you become an at-home mom sooner than you think is realistic. I'm able to help my clients save money in so many areas that the amount of money they actually need to earn is much, much lower than what they're earning right now, which opens up to a wider variety of options. There are a lot of options for earning money with side hustles, with surveys, with laundry care for others, etc. Building a YouTube channel and a podcast, building a course. There are many, many different ways that you can earn money to replace the portion that you still end up needing. Let me share with you about my family. I was a career mom. I loved working. I've always loved working. I've had my own businesses. I've worked way too many hours at those businesses, real estate, in coaching, business coaching. I'm a certified life coach as well. And I loved it. I loved every minute of working. I always told people I would make a terrible stay-at-home mom. I never had the desire to be an at-home mom. I didn't think I'd be any good at being around my children all day long. I know that sounds terrible. Don't judge me. I just get so overstimulated that I needed to pour myself into something else and work with something that just made me feel great. I was good at it and I just loved growing my businesses. So that was an area I felt like I was good at. I didn't feel like I was as good at being a parent, at least at that time. Now, fast forward to a few years ago, and I have my oldest kid at home at the time was in high school. Actually, he still is. He was a freshman in high school. And I have two others at home. My oldest son, always like the perfect student, got really good grades. Teachers loved him. He was very well behaved, very respectful, had lots of friends. Friends loved and adored him more than he even ever paid any attention or noticed. Just such a super nice, friendly guy. And freshman year in high school, he went through a huge change and transition in his mental health and his behavior, his results in school. It was nothing like we ever would have expected. And he went through a true mental health crisis. This was something completely unexpected by myself or my husband. And it was really hard to know how to even support him through this time. And it's only now that it's been a couple years that I can even talk about it without crying, because it was really hard. It was very traumatic. My son was suicidal and for quite some time. And so I was desperately looking for how best to support him, what to say, what not to say and not to do, because that's as important in that situation. And of course, we did all the wrong things at first. I wasn't doing a very good job focusing on my work. And at the same time, we quickly realized that our son was going to need a lot more support. Working with school counselors, with crisis counselors. In the end, we had to switch him different schools. The first was an online school, which did not end up being very good, or at least not right for him at that time. And then we went on to make the choice of me homeschooling him, which is something that I do not feel adequate to do. Never did, but I was willing to do whatever I needed to do for my son. And it was very apparent that I was going to need to be staying home with him to keep him safe. So while I never actually set out to become an at-home mom, it was suddenly no longer a choice. I had to, and I was happy to do whatever I needed to support my son, and I have never regretted that decision. Now, I am still an at-home mom. I am still supporting my son. He is still homeschooled. He is doing so much better now, but he does have relapses now and then. So mental health is a long crisis. It is not something that is just over and done. It's not something to get over. If you've ever had mental health needs of your own or supported somebody else, you know what I'm talking about. So we had to quickly adapt without my income. And we did feel that I was the best person to be able to support my son. We're so much alike, and I really understand all the nuances about him. And it was not an easy decision because I made more money than my husband. I always had. So we actually were losing our larger income. And I have always been a frugal person. So I've known a lot of these frugal tips and tricks that I share with you. I had to quickly learn so much more to help out our income faster. We started racking up debt, a lot of debt. We still have a lot of debt from that, but we are working on digging that out little by little. And I just have a heart for any of you that want to be at home as well. Whatever the reason is, whether it's needed greatly, whether it's just highly desired, something you just want, there's no right or wrong reason to be at home. If that is where you feel you should be, that is where I want you to be. And if it's your desire to work out of home, that's great too. I've done both. I loved both. There's no right or wrong. Every mom has to make this decision. Every family has to make this decision. And in my case, it was just a sudden decision that had to be made, and we did. So I just wanted to share that with you, a little bit of my own story and how I became an at-home mom, and just to say that there are so many reasons why you may want to be an at-home mom, and I want to support you. So if I can support you in that, I would love to coach with you and help you figure out your family's roadmap to get you at home faster than you think, and to really look and see what would it take? How can we get creative and accomplish that for your family? Now, make sure you go to the Facebook group to enter. You may win a free coaching session with me, and we can map this all out and get you going on your way. Reach out to me if you are interested in my coaching packages. You can email me over at frugallivingforfamilies@gmail.com, and I'll send you my latest packages. But if you want to enter that for that free coaching session, go join the Facebook group right now, facebook.com/groups/Frugal Living for Families, and join the group, and you'll see all of the ways to enter to win. I can't wait to support your family. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet so that you are notified of the rest of this At-Home Mom series. I have a couple more great topics coming for you to help you on your way to becoming an at-home mom, if that is what your heart desires. I want that for your family. Take care. I'll see you next time. Blessings to your family.